You got any stories? I know you have a lot.
There was a kid from Uvalde, R.W. Hutchinson, rode bulls real good, rode tough bulls. But he got to where he drank a lot and he fought a lot. He was always trying to pick a fight with somebody. And I stayed away from him as much as I could. Went to Angleton to a rodeo and finished up on a Saturday evening, afternoon. And I had a boy from Uvalde riding with me, Ken Calloway, and he rode broncs about like I did, but neither one of us placed in the bronc riding, so as soon as that was over with, we just came home. And we got to back this side of there somewhere, there was a little community where there was a crossroad. And there was, right on the corner, there was a store and post office, gas station. And we stopped for gas there. And R.W. was there, and Johnny Bell from Austin, and two or three other hoodlums. And they were sitting around there drinking beer, and they wanted us to stay there with them. And neither one of us drank beer, me or Kenneth, either one. And Kenneth had to be in Uvalde the next morning, and a big rancher bought some cattle at the auction barn over there, and Kenneth agreed to be there to help him brand them. So I took him over and I worked with him. We branded those cattle, but we heard the next week that all three of these boys got put in jail. They broke into the store and stole a bunch of beer and some food and some other stuff and maybe a little money, but anyway, they got caught. So we just dodged a bullet again. But I shied away from him pretty bad.
You just knew how to stay away from bad companions.
I remember up at Colorado City, that bunch was up there, and they had rented a room in some lady's house. They wanted me to stay with them, and I told them I had another place to stay because R.W. was already drunk and wanting to fight. Oh, he was bad. I really liked him at first because he was really a good bull rider, but after he went to drinking, it kind of went to his head, you know, and there was a lot of people like that. Several people that drank a lot all the time, and mostly bull riders that were not too responsible. The bull riders and bronc riders hung out together, and the ropers and bulldoggers hang out together. And the ropers and doggers won't speak to a bull rider because half of us were just trash, you know. It didn't take anything, any equipment or any money to go ride a bull, you know. All you had to bull rope. They had a plaited bull rope that they used that pulled up tight for a handhold. And that's all they needed, in a pair of spurs to ride a bull and money to get into it. They'd usually borrow money to get and pay an entry fee, you know. And some of the entry fees was about $20 and some of them was $50 for an average 3 or 4 day show, you know. And anyway, half the time, some of those bull riders didn't have any money to pay their entry fees with. And they'd try to bum some off of me all the time. And I told them I just barely had enough to pay my own entry fee. But anyway, up at Colorado City, WR was drunk and wanted to fight. God, I just told them, no, I had another place to stay already. I went out to Rodeo Grands and I went up into the announcer's stand and laid my bedroll out and slept in the announcer's stand.